before you spam entry, you need to get the biggest, largest candle range, which is at that point there. So basically what you want to do is you want to mark the lower part of the range. So you want to take this horizontal to mark the highest, and then take it again and then mark the lowest. And if you want the week doesn't support your entry will be liquidated. That's one confirmation. Number two, if your daily range isn't supported by weekly key levels, your range is invalid. It must be supported by rejection or indecisional candles. This is to show you that there is a lot of accumulated orders around your candle range, and when this kind of accumulated orders are around your candle range, there's a probability that price will spike up very fast, especially when your monthly order flow is bullish. If your monthly order flow isn't bullish, then this is not going to work. You want to have or trade a very volatile pair that when it trends, not those ones that will be consolidating, that don't have a lot of liquidity. Then number four, you want to refine that your 1 day range to a H4 range. So you want to mark another range, and you can see that my entry was literally at the lower part of that range there. Number five, support your entry with either another block or number 6. Scroll to the left side. If there's no other block, there's no support and resistance, which you don't even want to use if you are trading candle range. What you want to do is just use candlestick structure. Number 6, you want to add or look for another consolidation point or indecisional points there, or ranging points, however you want to call it, and then align your entry with those liquidity around that point there, because when there's back and forth in the market, there is always money around that point there, and that can help price move very fast. And also you can even align your entries on lower time frame with 2 indecisional candles. If price have respected any candlestick pattern in the past, like this 1 2 3 candlestick pattern, you want to align your entry, your present entry, with that point here. Like anywhere there's candlestick volume, or where there's candlestick order, or where there's back out like liquidity, you want to align your entry around those points there, because that will serve as spring or propellant to push price in your direction.
A few moments later.
That's it. That's how you win. And this is just the first variation. There's a lot of candlestick variations that most people have never heard about, and if you're satisfied with this, you want to close, and we are never up to $1 yet. So get back to work and spam your entries. And before I explain why I enter the buy at this point here, or why I mark this point as a lower range, is basically what you want to do is you want to go to HTF time frame to understand why I did this. And if you go to that side there and then shift to the other side, you will see that there was something like a volume point around that point there, which is the accumulation of different candlestick pattern. And when this kind of stuff happens, there's a high probability that price is going to keep going up when those kind of stuff are present in the market. And then I will see some 1 2 3 candle formation happening, and when this kind of formation happen, there's a high probability that price is going to buy after the third candle. So that's basically 2 confirmation like this. At the moment price spiked up for a little bit, I added another position at the breakout of that candle there, because when price breaks out of a candle, there's less liquidity, because a lot of people will be scared of buying because of some candles, and when it eventually passes those candles, a lot of people are going to enter and add more position. That's why whenever price breaks out from a candle, there is a lot of sharp and fast volume. Like if you look at that point, you can see how the volume was kicking in just after price gets or liquidates that candle by the side. That same phrase is about to happen again. If you look at that point there, you can see that stuff there was rejecting because of those candles there. So you can either choose to like gamble with this or close. Me, I choose to close, because I know that there is going to be a slight rejection, and also because there is a 5-minute range there, and my entry was precisely at the point of that 5 minutes like range. So basically I wanted to like gamble this thing. This is not a setup, this is like a buy to sell entry. That's it. So I bought, I saw an opposition, and then when you see an opposition, you sell, and then you go back again in future after getting money from the opposition to go and fight that opposition. But my guy, at this point in time like this, the opposition no dey even move me. It's this race I'm seeing that it's making me freaking boy. But finally it all started coming together, you can see, and I started adding more position because the reversal or the volume is starting to kick in. And since there is a lot of accumulation of orders around that point there, this drop would be faster. And finally it break out and you can choose to add more position here or just close. But me, I would rather choose to close and leave GBP and now go to gold and destroy gold, because before I didn't have the equity to trade gold, but now I have the equity to trade gold. So I mark the H4 range there. You can see the lower point and the higher point. And then second step, I look for the H1 range, which is the current range, and then drop down to 30-minute time frame to see what's going on around that point there. And I saw that there was a lot of volume around that point there on 30 minutes. So I decided to capitalize all those volume around that point there. And if you go to 15-minute time frame, you will see that there was 1, 2, 3 candle formation and then a buy. That was a very good candlestick pattern. And if you go to 5-minute time frame, you can see there was a lot of indecision happening around this point there. That's to show you that a lot of orders are accumulating around this point there. So eventually there's going to be breakouts or a huge surge of volume that will kick in the market to liquidate either the high of that range or the low of that range, and you want to be at the right side. And I saw a range around that point here, and I decided to sell around this point here, considering all those confirmations I have gone through. I can see now I'm just around that 2 box range, and then I was adding more position. It was not triggering, and then finally after price broke out of that candle, it started going in, and then I started leveraging at this point here, because you don't want to miss one single pip.
A few minutes later,
and then after some few minutes I closed all position there because I wanted to reload after that retracement, and then I reloaded every single position and make sure I hit till I could hit no more, so the market will be crippled, because that 5 minutes range is already accumulating a lot of orders around that point here. And this is a good sign, because the range point is getting smaller. There is a bigger range, and then we are currently at the smaller range, so eventually a breakout is going to happen. Because if you go up on 15-minute time frame, price is at the tip of that range there, so the sell is about to happen, because there is more impact point around that point here, which is adding to the rejection volume. And with all this confirmation, are you telling me not to go full margin? It's only those that don't know what they are doing that will be in their scaredy pants doing this thing. That's why they never ever achieve anything worthwhile in life. This is not financial advice, but at least it works for me, and maybe you should take a step too. Basically, if you want your account managed like this on the next video, click link in description, and I'll see you guys in my DMs. So basically, you can see the drop is already happening, and I've already stacked like 4 rows, and if you are satisfied with that, you can close at this point there and go back again for the 3rd time and hit it again, because that range breakout is not about to happen. If it's about to happen, you will know the kind of volume that will enter that market like this. That push going, you will know that this trade is the kind of trade that you need to hold. But now I don't think this is giving me enough sign, so I was just adding, layering a lot of entries around that point here. But if I get the sign, then I'll do something different, which is hedge that trade and target that lower point and then swing it to that line there, that red line there. But it wasn't going as I expected, because the kind of red I'm seeing almost blew my account. Like, you can see how the spike was already happening. Hey, I'm already seeing margin call, dude, imagine. And then it just switched. Like, you can see how that volume just kicking. It just switched. But I'm not playing with that kind of volume. I just closed very fast before the market come and take it again. And then it's time for me to buy. Before I was selling, but now I'm buying. And why was I buying? The first reason was because there is volume around that point there, but that is not enough confirmation to buy. after I just sold now, so why will I just be buying immediately? That was because of this short term 1 to 3 signal there. So I was literally trying to capitalize to the highest point there, and then I'm going to sell later, or basically I'm going to wait the market out. I'm going to go and trade GBP USD after closing this trade, and then come back to gold after price has given me a decisive candle daily bias entry. So now I was just adding more position, and then I closed very fast because the way gold is moving now is trickish, and then I went to a more stable pair to trade, which is GBP USD. But guy, on the first trade, as I just entered that first trade, I'm already seeing minus this is crazy, man. Almost 15% on just one trade gone. And why was my chart looking kind of scanty? It was because I added another range on H4, you can see, and if you look at that range there, you can see that a breakout is about to happen from that range. Price has literally been following this structure, and I expect price to keep following this structure. So what I was doing is I was capitalizing myself at the tip of the breakout, or let's just say at the tip of the candle range. I used it as some form of support and resistance because of the tip there, and then I saw something like a liquidity or consolidation before price broke out, and then I used that one. I added it down to my confidence, and then I went lower, and guess what I was seeing? Also, the consolidation was getting clearer. That's why you need to switch time frame. So if you don't understand what's happening here, you can see it clearer on lower time frame, because there might just won't be one bullish candle trying to liquidate you on lower time frame, and you would not know it. But finally, you can see the breakout is already happening, and this is what everyone likes to see. But if you want to see this kind of result, you need a pool managing your account. That's why there is a slot for account management in my Telegram channel. So if you get that slot next week, I'll be doing the same thing for you, and I'll be managing it exactly like this and posting it on YouTube, because even this one is not my account. This is for a client. And then basically now I went back to gold, and then I marked my range again. You can see 1 2 3 candle formation, and then a buy. So basically at this point in time, I was expecting price to like buy to that upper line there, but I don't know where I'm going to start from. Where do I want to start from? Charts. You can see the trend has been following this structure for some time, and then price has liquidated some lows and some highs around that point here. So basically I'm looking for something that I can structure my entry at, like something that you can use to like hold your entry, and that was what I was searching for. And then I saw something like a liquidity, which was the cause of that down move there. So I was expecting price to go and take out the upper liquidity at the top there, but that doesn't still solve the equation, because I'm looking for where I should buy from. If you know your buyers and you don't know the right place to buy from, you are done. And when I was almost giving up, I saw that price was following a particular structure. It was consolidating and then breaking out, consolidating and then breaking out. So I decided to follow the same freeze, and then I'll just enter that breakout. Like when price is almost breaking out from those lines there, you can see those 3 lines there. So that's my entry at the fourth one. I just decided to like write the breakout to the top of that 1 day, range around that point there. So I started adding my position, and then I was in losses, as you can see, but that does not stop anything. This is the price you pay for the game. And then you can see there was a breakout, and then I started adding another one, because this was actually crazy. Like I did not expect this to happen very fast. Maybe because I've been trading GBP USD for a while now, but this is good. Things happen very fast. You can go to village and you can go to heaven in a very fast pace. And you can see at this moment in time, I was in just one tiny stuff, and then boom, I was in huge stuff here, because the spark is already going up. Like look at how the price is like liquidating all those highs there. Man, imagine if you ran to that 1 day range. That would be iconic. Like, look at it. Just imagine. So on JUSD, I marked my overall range and then I marked my current range. So the overall range is that blue candle there, and the current range is that red candle there. So I marked both of them, and what I want to focus on now is that current range. And to do that and to get entries, what I did is I look for supporting structure, and if you go to the site there, you will see a lot of things happening on each 4 time frame. You see that price was expecting all those ranging line there. So since price is approaching that line again, I was expecting it to drop from that point. And as you can see, the 15-minute range is about to be taken out, so I decided to go in at this moment in time before it happened. So as you know me, I started hitting this sell. I increased the lot size to 20 and then started hitting. So once entered some, once they don't enter, you win some, you lose some. That's the game. If you don't lose today, does not mean you are not going to lose tomorrow. That's why when you lose, you need to manage your risk and your money. Don't go and carry the same money I can put again, instead of dividing it times 10 or times 20 and then saving some. So in case you lose in future, you can still have capitals, to grind yourself back up. Most people will not do that one. Go and risk it all, like see their papa game market. Imagine. Then when that comes to my day and be telling me this thing. See guy, because I'm doing this stuff does not mean I don't have excess capital in case I lose this one. You need to be very, very smart. And then I move to the next this thing on GBP/USD, and this trade was insane, was mind blowing. I stacked that point, like I literally destroyed that point at this moment in time, like heavy lots. And the moment I hit it, you can see that I was seeing some slight opposition, but if you look carefully, after a reversal, price was always going back up. Same thing, that was what I was expecting to happen. And then if price gets to that point there, maybe it can drop. And if you look at that point there, you will see that there was a lot of touches happening around that point there. Forget those touches. So those touches are golden touches. I started hitting the life out of it. And the only opposition on 15-minute time frame was that blue candle there. So before price gets to that point there, there's no traffic. So this is going to move up very, very fast. So I need to make sure I'm stacking every time, every minute, every seconds, because if you miss one like this, dude, you'll be missing like 10% of your profit. That means you are supposed to make 10 naira, you'll be missing another extra 10 naira. That's why I need to be hitting as you go. That's how the smart people trade. Don't trade like a dummy and then you close. And for me to kill the market totally, I need gold. GBP/USD can do the job, but gold will do the job faster. And for you, they have the same bias. If you look at it, even gold is almost even approaching that point there. That means if I was holding a buy trade from that lower point there or that lower candle there, I would have made a lot of money around that point there. So basically, you can see around that point there is a lot of volume around that point there, so that's going to transfer to current price action. So if I'm going to enter around that volume, any point around that volume, there's a probability that the price is going to be propelled very, very fast. So I went to 1 minute time frame. I was hitting. I increased the lot size, and then I went again, and then I was still not enough money. Oh my guy, this is annoying, because I was trying to capitalize off this huge move here. Imagine if it ran to the top of that 1 day range. Just think, that's literally free money at the peak. So basically, I was entering at the tip of that candle there. That was serving like something as like a support for that my entry at the tip. So you can use the tip of candles to like support your entry, and those stuff works very fast. And also follow the pattern that is currently delivering, or the price action that is currently being respected. That is going to boost your confidence instead of trying to catch some potential downside or the likes of that. And then use anything you can to support your price. Even if you have opposition, if your confidence is very strong, there's going to be some sort of reversal for a while, like you can see here. But finally, after some upward direction or movement and then some few stacks, you'll be able to achieve your goal. So if you got value from this video, like, click link in description. If you want this result next week or next month, click link in description and message me and book a spot, because I only take one per month. So basically, click link in description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.